morning. Welcome. Point of order, please, if you would, turn off your cell phones. At this moment, it is my pleasure to invite Randy Ebron-Frales to the podium.
Good morning, everyone. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the class of 2025 graduation ceremony. As we gather today, we celebrate the dedication, perseverance, and achievements of these graduates. Our journey has been filled with challenges, growth, and discovery, and today marks the beginning of new opportunities. First, I would like to extend a special thanks to Mrs. Monica Erskine, Ms. Jeannie Williams, Mr. Ryan Clements, and Mr. Eric Hettinger for their countless support of our class and for organizing such a wonderful event. Thank you to Mr. Augusta Prep and the facilities team for not only creating a magnificent graduation space and for taking care of our school, but also for becoming mentors to our graduating class. I would also like to say thank you to the National Honor Society, the Graduation Committee, Mr. Chris Gay, and the parents of the junior class for all of their help today. And thank you to the senior class advisors and all of our phenomenal teachers who have challenged us, encouraged us, and believed in us. As we step into our next chapter, we will carry your lessons with us. Finally, as we celebrate achievements, growth, and new beginnings, none of this would be possible without the unwavering support of our family and friends. To those who have encouraged us, stood by us, and believed in us even when we doubted ourselves, thank you. Your love, patience, and guidance have shaped our journey, and your presence has made this moment even more meaningful. You have been our cheerleaders, our mentors, and our safe place. As we step into the future, we carry your lessons, your kindness, and unwavering faith in us. So, as we let this graduation ceremony commence, let us carry forward the lessons learned, the friendships formed, and the dreams that inspire us. Thank you. Please welcome Gracie Bush to the stage.
Good morning, and welcome to the graduation ceremony for the class of 2025. My name is Gracie Bush, and I had the pleasure of serving as Augusta Prep's Student Council President this past year. As we gather here today to celebrate, I'm here to extend a few welcomes. Welcome to the Board of Trustees and those who lead Augusta Prep. You allow us to grow in positive ways that we are all grateful for. Thank you for your leadership and leading us in a direction that makes students feel prepared for the real world. We thank you for all of your hard work at Prep. Without it, we would not be here celebrating the class of 2025. Welcome to the teachers and faculty who have been here guiding each student I see here today. You have been our navigators through high school and helped us get to this very point. You have challenged us and made sure we are prepared after we walk off the stage. You have supported us through all of our struggles and our achievements. All of us up here today share a connection with you that you can't find at any other school. We thank you for everything you have done because without your help, we would not be able to celebrate today. I give a warm welcome to our new head of upper school, Ryan Check, for the 2025 through 2026 school year. He will replace Mr. Clements, who will be the head of upper school at the Walker School. While we won't have a chance to get to know you very well, Mr. Shedd, we will know that you will be a great addition to this community. We can't wait to see what you will bring to this amazing school. Welcome to the families and the special guests of all of our graduates here today. Your persistent support has made us able to succeed at Prep. All the time and effort you have devoted to get us here today is incredible, especially thank you for this time to the accomplishments, but, especially, sorry, I'm so sad. Okay, especially thank you for this time
My name is Grace. I'm your valedictorian. If there's one thing I've learned from working with children, it's that life lessons resonate more when told through a story. So, if you'll indulge me, I'd like to share a tale about a girl who dreamed of becoming a fairy. Once upon a time, in a land far, far away, there lived a little girl who thought she had everything figured out. She could tie her shoes, she always ate her carrots, and she picked up her trash. But one day, she scored a 60 on a biology test. Pimples marched across her forehead, and her best friends wanted to play a different game than tag. Worst of all, she wasn't a fairy yet. This little girl had to discover the magic phrases her parents and family friends shared to help her find her pixie dust. Ask not, have not. In this faraway land, a fearsome giant guarded a treasure chest of sauces at a Golden Arch restaurant. Our fairy in training was terrified of this towering creature with long arms and sharp teeth. Only her brave brother dared to face the giant, always returning with sauce for his fries. The little fairy watched and learned, and one day, with the strongest voice she could muster, she asked the giant for a packet of ketchup, and got it. From then on, she's always had ketchup with her fries, earned extra credit opportunities, and even landed job offers. If you don't ask for what you want, you'll never get it. As the brilliant philosopher Tammy Kelly once told me, ask not, have not. That simple phrase opens doors. It's easy to make excuses for what we lack, but what actions are you taking to further yourself? Ask boldly, and you might just find your treasure. Do the right thing, even when it's not popular. In the fairy realm, elves are solitary, cherishing their quiet moments, yet they value friendship deeply. One day, on her way to fairy school, our fairy in training saw older, wealthier elves mocking an elf for the patches on his hat. Without hesitation, she took her own hat, added some tape to it, and walked the elf to school. They became fast friends, playing trolls and giants, raiding cookie jars as pirates, and learning that true happiness can't be bought with golden coins. Doing the right thing, even when it's unpopular, brings peace, but sometimes it can also bring loneliness. This fairy and her friends often felt excluded from the so-called popular crowd. She didn't understand them, and they didn't understand her. But she knew that money can't buy character, and she'd always stand up for what's right, even if it meant losing friends. Standing up for others, even when it's hard, builds a strength that no one can take away. Park your drama horse in the pony stable. One day, our fairy in training and her dad went out to get groceries, and they ended up stumbling upon a bustling fairy market where magical merchants traded sparkling rumors and glittering grudges. The air buzzed with whispers about who had the brightest wings or the best spell book. Our fairy felt her heart race, tempted to join the chatter about a rival's failed potion. But her dad, the king of giants, reminded her, park your drama horse in the pony stable, Gray. Don't let petty squabbles dim your glow. She took a deep breath, turned away from the gossip, and focused on perfecting her own spells. High school can feel like that noisy market. Gossip and drama about who said what or who got the lead in the play can pull you in. Even when writing this speech, I had to practice putting it all in the pony stable. You don't have to add to the noise. Park that drama horse and focus on your own light, your goals, your kindness, your growth. Let the rumors fade and shine brighter for it. You're the narrator of your own story. Once upon a time, our fairy in training discovered a magical library filled with enchanted books that could tell you your future. Each fairy had their own book, but some pages were blank, waiting to be written. One day, a group of mischievous sprites tried to scribble in her book, telling tales of who she should be and what she should do. The fairy in training clutched her quill and declared, "This is my story." She wrote of adventures, kindness, and courage, ignoring the sprite's chatter. Her granny and papa, the gnomes of Northland, smiled and said, "No matter what others say, you hold the pen." We live in a world where everyone tries to tell us who to be, what to wear, or who to hang out with. But at the end of the day, they don't live in your head. You control your narrative. Write your story with courage and let your character shine through every page. Don't compare, congratulate. Picture this. Our fairy in training is at school, and a massive book of spells lands on her desk. It's tough, really tough stuff. She's struggling to remember if the frog's toe or the newt's eye goes into the cauldron first, while her best friend recites spells flawlessly, earning a gold star every day. This made the fairy in training frustrated, and so she cried to her mom, the queen fairy, "Mom, I never get this spell right, and she always gets the gold star. It's not fair." The queen fairy, always knowing what to say, hugged her tightly and said, "Your journey is your own. It's wonderful that she earns stars. Tell her so. Instead of focusing on what you don't have, how will you earn your own star? Want to study together?" So the little girl studied nightly, slowly mastering the spells, unicorn hair before elf steers. One day, she was 1 point shy of a star. But instead of sulking, she gave her friend a high five. I never imagined that little fairy who worked so hard for 1 star would be speaking to you today. I've heard whispers that I don't deserve this, that I took easier classes. My response: don't compare yourself to others, congratulate them. Molly crafts mosaics fit for galleries. Shay mixes mocktails that rival bartenders. Charlotte's an award-winning equestrian. Marissa spits Eurovision stats like nobody's business. Roy can tell you in depth about the multiverse. Jack Kay stole the show as an old man in a play about fish. And Randy, she slays the hot Cheeto dance. As Kayvon said in his senior speech, you're more than a grade. You're surrounded by gold stars. Clap for your classmates. They've earned it. Class of 2025. My name is Grace Greer. I am your valedictorian. I ask for what I want. I celebrate your successes. I do the right thing, even when it's hard. I park my drama horse in the pony stable, and I write my own story. I'd be remiss not to thank those who helped me get to where I am today. Miss Erskine, our school mom, who's always ready with the hug. Mr. Galvin, who's guided me to pick classes that fit me best. Mr. Mason, who helped me conquer test anxiety. Mr. Kirksey, who taught me that music can help you process emotions. Dr. White and Miss Williams for allowing me to lead. Mr. Morgan, whose guidance has shown me that writing is for more than therapy. And all my other teachers, who are thought leaders, who grade late, cheer at my games, and put up with me. Thank you. You can clap. Thank you, parents. I'm endlessly grateful for mine. Words can't capture it, but for now, I love you. I want to thank my boyfriend for believing in me when I didn't, my best friend for always having my back, and I would like to thank my brother as well, you can't forget him, and I would like to thank my grandparents for being there for me, no matter what. I would also like to thank that little fairy in training. You did it, all of that hard work, and now here's your gold star. As I wrap up, I would like to leave you all with a quote from the man, the myth, the legend, theorist John Cena. Never quit, never back down. You are the author of your own story, and don't let anyone steal your life, because you were born to shine. Thank you. I will be followed by class president Amelie Wang to speak on the senior gift,
stage is class vice president Randy Von Frims. Through planning prom, parents' night out, selling snacks, getting outcompeted by a vending machine for said snacks, and senior events, I've loved experiencing our class's determination. But above that, I've had the honor of watching many of us grow and develop since middle school, having the distinction to watch and work with the littlest cavaliers in the lower school, and seeing firsthand the interconnectedness of prep. Whether it's contributing to the school-wide yearbook, having our kinder-senior events, or cheering with our middle schoolers, our class has loved the very unique way prep can function as a school for all ages, and older kids can serve as role models for the future generation. As a result, the Class of 2025 gift is a collection of native Georgia flora and fauna planted by us last week in the wetlands in front of the lower school. For a long time, that area was a natural swamp, a thick forest of vegetation that didn't even allow one to view the other side. As a result, it served as a physical boundary separating us, a boundary whose ecosystem was sadly destroyed because of Hurricane Helene. So we introduced 4 species of plants that will grow lush and colorful, will allow for native birds and insects to live there, and more importantly, allow for new ecology lessons and for students to learn the history of our great state through agriculture. One of the things I have learned in my time here is that a desire to understand the world around you is universal, and little kids especially love learning. Even if they don't fully understand chloroplasts, they will sit and hear you talk about photosynthesis and fascination. And we wanted to add to what the Giles Building has given us, a shared space where you can learn with kids of all ages. One where you can walk out of AP Bio class to the sound of Miss Garrity teaching her 4-year-olds and getting them excited about the ocean layers. In front of the marsh, plaques will state the scientific and common names of what we planted to distinguish them from the rest of the swamp. We want to show how Augusta Prep is a place to sprout and grow one's intellectual curiosity with the support and help of people from all ages. Hopefully, if kids can understand the importance of their ecosystems and their environment, they can fight for the change that is required to maintain all that is beautiful. Thank you. And now, Eric Hedinger will do the presentation of the senior class.
Good morning. Yes, I think I heard that. Good morning. Love an interactive audience, and I also love a gold star. Thank you. Welcome, Cavalier family and friends. Welcome to those watching in the Facebook live stream around town, around the state, around the country. Dare I say, around the world, we are presenting this. I am Eric Hedinger, and I have the privilege and pleasure of being the 14th head of school at Augusta Preparatory Day School. This is quite an amazing first year for me. An amazing class retreat. An amazing class retreat followed by a wonderful store that created a bond together for a community. Nothing beats a natural disaster. A special thanks to the seniors who checked on me at my home after the storm. That was awesome to see you guys come out and visit. As we cleared the way back to campus and to restart the school year, we then decided Augusta, Georgia needed a snowstorm. So 2 snow days came into the way. Senior speeches were such an honor for me. To get to know you and to see how you shared yourselves, not only in your knowledge, but who you are in your own growth. And when Amelie came to me and said, Mr. Hedinger, we cannot sit outside for commencement, I agreed instantly. We have a wonderful venue to celebrate in the Boardman Athletic Center. I've been inspired by the class of 2025 as you supported your peers, as you supported lower school and middle school in your role model behavior, as you came out to every performance, every athletic event, and you celebrated your peers. You are a unique and well-connected class. Thank you for what you have given to the community and the warm welcome you have extended to me to this community. And of course, you had your senior sleepover at school, which is a very unique senior prank that you partnered with me to do, so is it really a prank? No, but when you turned over furniture throughout campus, it became a prank, and you are forgiven for such acts. So on to some thank yous. Please join me in welcoming the current chair of the Board of Trustees, Mrs. Christina Lehman Holmes, Augusta Prep class of 1988, who will help preside over the ceremony. Please Also join me in welcoming our special guest speaker, Dr. Lawrence Lamb. You will learn a little bit more about Dr. Lamb, so hold your applause. Before getting on with the main event, let me recognize a few special guests and express our gratitude. Thank you, Ryan Clemens and Monica Erskine, for orchestrating efforts across campus to make the last 100 days special for seniors and their families. Second, my thank you to the parents of the class of 2026 who have given us hours, even early this morning, of their time to help us make sure that the class of 2025 has a memorable graduation experience. Co-chairs Ann Bender and Kalpanya Ramgopal, food by Lee Little, banners volunteers by Amy Pittman, flowers by Susan Clapp, setup by Diana Weber. Third, I would also like to recognize the incredible efforts by our facilities manager, Oliver Spratt, and his team who have been helping us diligently prepare this campus and this arena for its beautiful, beautiful space. Fourth, thank you to the lower school head, Julianne Ingram, for her help with many of the beautiful flower arrangements you will see today. Fifth, thank you to the multi-talented middle school math, teacher, chess, tennis, and ping pong wizard, and 2021 GISA Teacher of the Year, Ryan Coe, and his wife, Christine, for our lovely instrumental music today. In addition, they are joined by our pianist, Mr. Kevin Pollock. Sixth, and nearly to the end when a rapturous applause happens, we appreciate Communications Director Chris Gay for photos and streaming services. Of course, I want to thank you, the faculty and staff. You are the heart and soul of this amazing school community. You are the secret sauce. Thank you for stretching these young minds, for the young men and women they are becoming. And as you sought to help them grow through it, you too deserve a rest this summer. Thank you for all your patience and care with these students. And in particular, Mr. Boyd, thank you for your 47 years of service. This is the moment where the big thank you is nearly over, but parents, thank you. Thank you, parents, guardians, step-parents, grandparents, extended family, and friends for believing in Augusta Prep and helping your graduate reach this milestone. This is the time for that rapturous applause. Class of 2025, you are my first senior class at Augusta Prep. I'm so glad for the time that I have had to get to know you in the classrooms, watch you on the playing fields, on the stages, the courts, witnessing your growth. I hope you return. I hope you come back and remember us. Because this is a generational school. And I hope in generations as you grow, you return and realize the trees you have planted and enjoy the shade that it will bring. Now, on to the most important part, the commencement part. There are two signatures on your diploma. One is mine, and the other is by Board of Trustee Chair Christina Lehman-Holmes. Christina, I will ask for you to join me in congratulating the graduates as new alums when they receive their diploma and welcome them to the Augusta Prep Alumni Association. Without further ado, commencement show.
Seniors, as I call your name, please come up the stairs to my left, crossing the stage and stopping in the middle to receive your diploma and have a photo taken. Mr. Gay is your target. You'll then head down the stage and return to your seat. Luisa Coelho da Rocha e Araújo. Despite having traveled from another hemisphere to join us in Augusta for her senior year, Louisa has quickly immersed herself in the prep community. Testament to her warmth and kind spirit, she is voted this year's homecoming and prom queen. Kayvon Darius Boxton. With his charm and quick wit, Kayvon has quickly found his way into the hearts of many. He regularly walked across from the senior lounge, which he called his office, to give me some instruction on keeping these kids quiet so he could do his work. He may have even fooled me a few times into thinking he was the one who was really in charge. Good luck as you join the flying fleet at Erskine College this fall. Gracie Arrington Bush. We are joined on stage by Gracie's father, George Bush, class of '85, to present Gracie with her diploma. Gracie has immersed herself in the prep community throughout her journey, whether in the classroom, in athletics, or student government. Her desire to contribute is clear, and she was therefore elected student body president. Best of luck to you at UGA. Parker James Chavis. Parker only joined us at Prep in his junior year, but quickly made connections in the Prep community. With his physical presence, he was quickly identified as an athlete, but found his passion for psychology in Mr. Stroud's classroom. Good luck, Parker, as you head to Georgia Southern in the fall. Seth Mathieu Krause. This lifer is known by students and teachers for his academic brilliance, but there's more there than just a bookworm. This contemporary Renaissance man is a true triple threat, having played on several varsity teams and dazzled us on the stage for years. There's no question that Seth will continue to make the most of his time in school when he heads off to College of Charleston. They are fortunate to have you, Seth. Randy Makari Ebron Frails. Randy is a lifer who is no stranger to hard work in any setting, as evidenced by her laser focus towards her goals. She has also established herself as a leader in several capacities in both student government and in clubs, with her joy and enthusiasm. Her ability to be the catalyst that gets the whole dance floor moving is, in those moments when the energy is lulled at our school dances, is unmatched. Ethan Collier Futch. Ethan has been a longtime contributor to our motorsports engineering program, whether behind the wheel or under the hood. Knowing his quiet and calm demeanor, it makes perfect sense that fishing is his favorite pastime. Truth be told, had I not taken away off-campus study hall privileges for the upper school, I would have spent many days this year looking for Ethan at the nearest body of water, angling for his next big catch. Roy Travis Gamble III. Roy is a kind, intelligent, and friendly young man who has taken advantage of the breadth of his prep experience. He consistently contributes in classes and has participated in multiple sports each of his years as a Cavalier. This future entrepreneur stands firmly on the ground of doing the right thing, no matter the consequence to self. The College of Charleston is getting a good one this fall. Good luck. Samantha Elizabeth Jeffroy. Sam has established herself as a leader among her peers through her consistent reliability and talent for connecting with people. These skills are not easily learned, but somehow Sam is well on her way to mastery of them. The random conversations, the laughs, and watching Sam find ways to overcome challenges are all things that will be missed on our campus. I'm excited to see what great things you will do next, Sam. Make us proud. Molly Amelia Glenn. Molly has been very active during her time at Prep. She has truly blossomed into a creative force and will dive in and immerse herself in any creative project, whatever the topic. She loves working with kids and has also made the world her classroom. USC will be fortunate to have her on campus this fall. Good luck, Molly. Grace Schuyler Greer. Grace is a scholar through and through. She sets herself apart through the diverse range of her studies, always seeking out new pathways. Her curiosity is her superpower, and her unending pursuit of knowledge and experience drives her to places others don't often conceive. Grace heads off to USC this fall, and I'm certain they too will marvel at her scholarly spirit. Bailey Fung Hang. Bailey is a kind person who has walked the halls of Prep since kindergarten. This lifer is known by all for her easygoing nature and her fierce competitive spirit on the soccer field and the basketball court. When not competing, her school spirit is on display, supporting her peers through their own pursuits. AU will be lucky to have her join them. Good luck. Connor David Harris. Connor is a gentle giant in the classroom and a staunch competitor on the field of play. As he navigated his way through these important years, he found a passion for theater, singing, and playing guitar beyond his athletic pursuits. I'm most proud of his moral compass and commitment to being fair with others with no concern about personal cost. I look forward to hearing stories of continued growth for Connor at AU. Mesa Shea Awansky. We are joined on stage by Mesa's mother, Christina Awansky, faculty member, to present Mesa with her diploma. Mesa is a sweet person who only speaks well of others and is driven by doing the right thing. She is no stranger to hard work and is thoroughly invested in contributing meaningfully to the Prep community. When she isn't in the spotlight competing, she's behind the lens, capturing and preserving key moments for us, all with her pictures. Good luck at Berry College. Arun Molivarman, Sivakumar Jayabal. Arun is a bright young man who possesses sharp intellectual gifts. His involvement in the motorsports engineering program and the chess team have established him as a key contributor to the growth of both programs. Having started in Prep and pre-kindergarten, I am confident this lifer is poised to make the most of his time at Mercer University. Jake William Johnson. Jake also joined Prep in pre-K and has grown to be a peaceful intellectual. Soft-spoken with a quick wit and a dry sense of humor, Jake is also a gifted athlete, having played on very successful varsity soccer and tennis teams in his upper school years. Jake will be taking his many talents to UGA in the fall, and I'm certain he will represent us well. Alexander Vanna Casada. Alex is fearless when it comes to taking on a challenge, whether in the classroom or on the tennis court. He's established himself as an intellectual and a state champion tennis player, leading his teammates for many years. The next leg of Alex's journey will find him at Emory in the fall, and we wish him all the best. Gurpreet Kaur. Otherwise known as as G. It has been a pleasure watching Gurpreet evolve over her years in the upper school as she found her motivation and internal drive. As a double threat on the basketball court and the soccer pitch, Gurpreet has plenty of fight in her, and it will serve her well in her lifetime. We are proud of you, Gurpreet, and we wish you luck at Georgia State University. Hannah Michelle Kelly. Hannah is a joyful young lady with many talents. I only knew her as a very focused academic until this year, when I saw her open up and share her joy with everyone. Still this focused academic, but willing to take a pause to make a TikTok or share a laugh with friends or teachers. I suspect the heart of the upper school will be a little duller without Hannah here, but we are happy to see her head off to Spelman College. James Jackson Kimbrough. Jack has been nothing short of a gift to Augusta Prep over the years. His warm spirit and intellectual curiosity helps to create a safe learning environment for many. Always with his morning coffee and willing to engage in a good conversation, the kids in the lower school will certainly miss their beloved Mr. Jack. I hope this lifer will find his way back to us in the future, but know he will make a difference wherever he goes. AU is definitely getting another good one in Jack Kimbrough. Ashley Wason Lu. Ashley has been nothing short of a joy to know through her many years at Prep. Another lifer, she has woven herself into the fabric of our community in myriad ways. Academic, athlete, leader, and holder of our moral compass, Ashley has enriched the school community with her presence. I, for one, am sad to see her go, but am thoroughly excited for her as she heads to UGA in the fall. Go Dogs. Charles Zachary Lyle. Zach joined Prep in his junior year, and his easygoing, warm nature helped him to quickly acclimate to the community. I told Zach that he's the kid I would have sought out to befriend when he was in high school. Only kind words flow from him, and his class notably should have been most likely to have a bowl of, sorry, let me say that again. I got a little emotional. Love you, Zach. Love you too, Zach. Only kind words flow from him, and his class notable should have been most likely to have a bowl of food in his hand at any moment. Zach heads off to serve our country in the U.S. Navy, and we wish him great success and our sincere thanks for making such a commitment to serve us well. Charlotte Rose McDonald. Charlotte is a lighthearted, bright, and humorous cavalier who has found a home on the stage at the Hall Fine Arts Center. With her passion for travel, she's found herself on the other side of the world and has been enriched by her experiences with other cultures. Charlotte's worldly sense has me quite confident that she is prepared to go do great things that will continue to add to her worldview and her personal fulfillment. Congrats and good luck, Charlotte. Aya Eamon Al-Karabi. Aya made her way to Augusta Prep in her junior year, and I fondly recall how impressed I was with her breadth of knowledge and experience upon first meeting her. Adversity and challenges found their way to her as major events unfolded in the larger world. But Aya never gave up, never quit. While I am confident she learned plenty in each of her classes, it is these lessons about overcoming Elijah Naheem McFadden. Eli has such a calm spirit about him until he steps onto the court, where you see the true competitor's heart that beats inside of him. He never seems flustered and possesses a quiet confidence that will carry him far. Loved by all, peers and teachers alike, Eli will be missed in our community. Best of luck to you at Kennesaw State in the fall. Raina Devesh Paul. Patel. Not even close. When I first met Raina, she was a quiet, timid, and reserved kid with an outgoing big sister. I feel fortunate having seen her strike out on her own path and find her own voice as a leader among her peers. She has immersed herself in the prep community, having been here since the 3rd grade, and will no doubt do the same at Auburn University. Congratulations, Raina. Hayden Michael Post. Hayden is a dynamic and gifted scholar who is mature beyond his years. He's shown an ability to hone in on the most important details, which allows him to be highly effective and efficient. Polite, well-spoken, and very down to earth, I've frequently relied on Hayden for different things, and he is always willing to help out. Hayden heads off to Georgia Tech in the fall, and you should all stay tuned for there's much more to come from this fine young man. Alexis Marie Rojas Salazar. Alexis joined us in her junior year and quickly established herself as a sweet and kind human being in our community. She is soft-spoken, but a gifted orator, as evidenced by her senior speech, which was among my favorites. I fondly recall finding common ground over our shared love of Stitch from Lilo and Stitch. Don't let her quiet demeanor fool you, because she is a gifted academic who I am convinced will make a difference. Marissa Elizabeth Scholl. Marissa joined us in her junior year and took no time to establish herself. Took no time to, oh, she fell. You scared me, Sam. Marissa joined us in her junior year and took no time to establish herself as one of our top scholars. She seemed to be able to do anything and everything in the classroom with a clear interest and aptitude for history. We quickly learned of her passions for musical theater and swimming, both of which she excels at to a high degree. Thank you for being one of the coolest kids I know, Marissa, and good luck at Rollins College. Shay Aline Sykerbike. Shay is another one of our kids who caught the traveling bug and found herself learning all over the world. This lifer is an out-of-the-box thinker who asks the right questions to make others rethink possibilities. Her vision is beyond her years, and she enjoys not being a typical teenager. Keep asking questions, Shay, and you will marvel at what you find in life. Jack David Warren Thompson. Jack is a clear leader, both kind, thoughtful, and gracious. He is always willing to help, no matter a friend or a stranger. He's a very hard worker, but finds time to connect with others, whether in the classroom or on the court or golf course. There's no doubt that Jack will represent us well at Auburn University. on stage by Ellie's father and grandmother, both alum and father board member, to present Ellie with her diploma. Ellie is one of the most disciplined young people I know. Her tireless efforts to be prepared and to do good work is extremely evident, whether in the classroom or on the volleyball court. Trust me, you don't want to be on the receiving end of one of her spikes. Ellie heads off to Auburn University in the fall and is poised to take on her next challenge. Good luck, Ellie. Linnea Utz. Linnea is a bright and talented individual who came to us from Germany in the 9th grade. She has certainly made the most of her time at prep and will be returning home to Germany this summer for the next leg of her academic journey. I'm told she can be spotted surfing down the street on her skateboard in the mornings and in the chemistry lab during her free time. Via Gluck, Linnea. Kanye Sanchez Walker. Kanye is a very polite and well-liked young man who has established himself as a valued member of the prep community. He has been an important contributor to our basketball team's success and has found a home in our fine arts program, both 2D and 3D art. Good luck, Kanye, and make us proud. Amelie Patricia Wang. Amelie has always been a bright star at prep, with her keen intellectual abilities and her gregarious nature. She's a natural leader, and her peers selected her as senior class president as a result. She's a friend to all and always willing to help out. Amelie is poised to do great things, and I'm excited to hear what that looks like as she heads off to Georgia Tech. Karen Zhang. Karen is a kind and considerate young person who works very hard to achieve her goals. When not working to expand her knowledge in the classroom, she works part-time at her parents' small business to expand her business acumen. We wish Karen much success as she heads off to Emory University in the fall. Almost, Charlotte, almost. Graduates, please move your tassel from right to left. Congratulations. At this time, I'd ask that Eden Post please come to the podium to introduce our next speaker.
Good morning. My name is Hayden Post, and I have the honor of introducing this year's commencement speaker, Dr. Lawrence Lamb, a proud member of Augusta Prep's class of 1971. Dr. Lamb's journey from our very own prep campus to the front lines of cancer research is nothing short of extraordinary. As the co-founder and chief scientific officer of Innate Bio, he has dedicated his career to developing next-generation cellular therapies to treat some of the world's most aggressive cancers. A pioneer in the study of gamma delta T cells, Dr. Lamb was the first to describe their behavior in bone marrow transplant patients, breakthrough research that laid the groundwork for Innate Bio's current clinical trials in glioblastoma, leukemia, and lymphoma. Before launching Innate Bio, Dr. Lamb served as a professor of medicine at the University of Alabama in Birmingham, where he also directed the cell therapy lab in their bone marrow transplant and cellular therapy department for over a decade. He has held positions on numerous national and international committees in the field of gene and cell therapy and has authored foundational work that continues to push the boundaries of modern medicine. Dr. Lamb holds degrees from the University of South Carolina and the Medical College of Georgia, but it all began right here at Augusta Prep. Over 50 years later, we are proud to welcome him back, this time not as a student, but as a leader, a scientist, and an inspiration to the class of 2025. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Lawrence Lamb.
two distinguishing features of my tenure here was that I was captain of the tennis team my senior year, and that I had the pleasure of blocking a direct penalty kick in the fourth quarter against one of our hometown rivals who we'd never beaten in order to keep us in the game. So, you know, that's something, I guess. So I'm going to give you a little bit of biography to set the stage for the discussion, but I don't want to focus on myself, but to highlight the individuals who took time and effort to shape my life, and so to shape elements that follow in the hope that these vignettes will inspire you to do the same for others. The best way to describe myself during that time, my time throughout the years after, was that I was aspirational, but unmotivated. I wanted to be a physician, mostly for selfish reasons. I didn't want to put in the time and the effort to do that, though. It was literally the opposite of the APDS recruitment. Esse sem labore. It's not a good strategy for success. In my first attempt at college, I barely maintained a C average. I could not form relationships, and I spent the third quarter confined to an inpatient psychiatry unit for profound clinical depression. My second attempt at college resulted in continuous academic probation and a third quarter GPA of 0.6. A fact, a feat that has probably never been achieved before nor will again. My third attempt, now the only junior college my parents could get me into, was a little better. I finished with a solid 3.5, which was sufficient to get me into nursing school. You know, but more importantly, I became a follower of Jesus Christ, which does not change your circumstances, but over time it dramatically changes your point of view and your perspective. In the following few years, I married the most patient woman on earth. I completed the coursework abandoned long before to add an undergraduate chemistry minor to my nursing degree. Finished a master's in nursing and settled down to what I thought would be a career as a nurse practitioner in cardiothoracic surgery. As you can see by the fact that I'm standing here today, that's not what happened. My life was interrupted by 4 men, each of them with no benefit to gain, and sometimes it's substantial risk, who took it upon themselves to invest in my life and to shape me as mentors. These relationships were key to my development as a medical scientist and as a mature functioning human, something that's still very much in doubt at the time. The first was Dr. Carl Herman Allman. He was chief of cardiothoracic surgery and chairman of the Department of Surgery at the University of South Carolina School of Medicine, and he was my preceptor as a nurse practitioner. He was short, round, and smoked long, fat cigars, and leading to the nickname of Boss Hog, which although nobody would ever say that to his face, some of your parents might vaguely remember the 80s television series Dukes of Hazzard, where that name came from. I operated with him in his experimental surgery suite at the hospital. I worked in his research lab, helped him with some administrative tasks and clinical trials. And one day he showed up at my desk and informed me that I should apply for a new program at the University of South Carolina Medical School, where one could obtain a PhD in medical science and also assemble the coursework necessary to enter the clinical years of MD training. I told him thanks, but even though I was taking a few courses at the time, medical school had already rejected me 3 times, and I didn't see the point in a 4th try, but he was insistent. And he let it slip that he had had lunch with the dean, and they had discussed it. More about that part later. But suffice it to say that I was admitted to the program. Dr. Allman allowed me to work at a reduced schedule and still earn a little money, which was, combined with my graduate school, barely able to keep us financially alive, but it did. But the most important lesson, though, was Dr. Allman set high expectations, regardless of whether you were faculty, resident, or staff. He required commitment to excellence that often resulted in long hours in keeping with his uncompromising respect for his patients, and everything from your attire was Dr. and Major General William F. Willoughby, Professor and Chairman of the Department of Pathology at the South Carolina Medical School. Dr. Willoughby was a lung pathologist who was recruited from Johns Hopkins. He was also a reserve commanding officer and a qualified pilot of C-58 military transport aircraft. During my third year of doctoral stay, the experimental heart pathologist, who was my preceptor at the time, decided that he needed to change his methodology by which he conducted his research. And the fastest way to that goal was to release personnel that he considered non-essential in order to hire staff with the right skills. Meet Mr. Non-Essential. I was immediately dismissed without sufferance, which they could do back then. And Dr. Willoughby had been on campus for about a week at the time. And when this happened, he didn't need another mouth to feed from his grant portfolio. But he soon agreed to continue my training on a probationary basis in a discipline in which I had no previous work, immunology. He didn't know me at the time, except for my undistinguished academic pedigree, but in retrospect, this relationship became closer than I would have ever expected. He once characterized me as a commander and junior officer. He and his wife, Dr. Judith Willoughby, not only guided me to successfully complete my graduate work and my dissertation research, but they literally raised me as a scientist. And in addition, he exposed me to unique leadership skills that you can only get from a job. The third, and perhaps the most influential member, perhaps the most influential mentor was Dr. G. Dr. G was on the cutting edge of technology, at this time having invented methods that revolutionized the field of immune therapy. His inventions remain in widespread use today in almost every major industry and academic center that provides biological treatment of cancer. Dr. G turned out to be my preceptor in my specialty, transplantation immunology. The fact that we even met, much less his willingness to accept me as a trainee, occurred under circumstances that could not have been replicated in what could have considered the normal course of events. You just can't make this stuff up. Training with mentors such as Dr. G is usually reserved for graduates of top-tier programs and a strong history of honors and accomplishments. He assigned me to a project that resulted in my making a fortuitous observation that, when combined with work of others over time, has changed the way we think about the immune response to cancer and has provided avenues for life-prolonging treatment for previously unapproachable malignancies. But here's the important part. Rather than keep this for himself, which he had every right to do, it was his program and his money, Dr. G intentionally introduced me to the most influential people, basically the Jedi Knights, in the field of transplant immunology, including several Nobel laureates that were at that time and that were to become Nobel laureates in the future. He shipped me around the world to present his work and literally gifted me a 30-plus year career in academic medicine and biopharma. Who does this in today's world? Hopefully someday you. I stand here because selfless and uncompromising people poured their lives into the human wreck that was Larry Lamb. Some would see this as a series of chance encounters of luck, but from the perspective of eternity, I understand this series of events as a premeditated act of grace for the one who knows me more deeply than I will ever know myself. This being the case, my only response is gratitude. Yes, this is a high school graduation, but this is no ordinary high school. It could be a few years before you see the impact, but you have been exposed to literature, humanity, circumstances, have been compelled to place their trust in you. The second taught the rewards of risk. You invest your life in another person knowing that it will result in either a legacy of accomplishment or bitter disappointment. This is where I bring in the fourth person. Dr. Arthur Humphreys, a kidney surgeon from Augusta, and once also, I believe, an APDS parent and grandparent. Dr. Humphreys let me follow him around at MCG when I was in high school, and later watch some operations and see him work in his research lab, and later during my darker days, conveyed to me that his regret from ever wasting his time on it. Interesting. He was the brother of the dean who convinced Dr. Allman to convince me into this program. So, you can't always predict the results of risking your investment in another's life, particularly in the short term. Finally, the third individual, Dr. G, taught selflessness, to cultivate the confidence to advance the accomplishments of others rather than take the credit for yourself even when you can. Many commencement speakers will stand up here and tell their bright-young audiences to go out, achieve greatness, and change the world. And I too wish that for you. But in addition, I would charge you first to seek out wise men and women who can launch you, who want to launch you, who can form those relationships with. And also people who will be uncompromisingly honest with you. And as you begin to achieve independence, also use your accomplishments to inspire and mentor others in a world-changing greatness as well, even when that spark may not be immediately apparent. In doing so, you will be rewarded with the legacy of individuals whose accomplishments will not only lift up the lives of others, but will expand into an overflowing cascade of gratitude that inspires others to go and do likewise. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Jack Thompson, and it is my honor to deliver the closing remarks today. On behalf of the graduating class, I would like to thank all the parents, teachers, and staff that have made this day possible. I would also like to thank the officers who have kept the school safe, and I would especially like to remember the life of Deputy Brandon Sykes, who gave his life defending the citizens of Columbia County. These past 4 years have created some of the best experiences that have truly brought us together. Over the years, we've gotten to know each other as a class, and it has created a family environment that I will deeply miss. The tight-knit community of Augusta Prep is a place that we can call home. We have created such amazing and meaningful memories and hope to leave a lasting legacy inside the halls of Augusta Prep. In the coming months, when we move on to the next chapter in our lives, let us remember all the good times as well as the lasting friendships that we have built. As we go off to college, I'd like to remind everyone that this is not a goodbye, but a see you later. Thank you.
Before we depart, I'll provide a few logistical notes for how we will bring our program to a close. A long-standing prep tradition is to have our faculty form a receiving line down the athletics corridor. Our graduates will then travel down this receiving line to share hugs, handshakes, or other celebrations with their teachers and staff. Families, please remain seated until our faculty and graduates have processed out. Graduates, once you go through the receiving line, Please turn left out the double doors and make your way behind the stadium to the capstone photograph. While our graduates and faculty are enjoying this moment, we'll ask that families please exit the Boardman Gym and head up the athletics corridor to the reception in the Goodwin Commons. Your graduate will find you shortly thereafter, the capstone photo. Families, we ask you to please allow the faculty and graduates their receiving line moment as you make your way to the reception. Thank you for your help with this. One more time, let's put our hands together for the class